Dramatic political earthquake today. Dramatic only because it threatens to completely re-alter the landscape before the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Viewers, over the last 24 hours, Nitish Kumar has plotted his way back into the Gathbandhan. And in the next 24 hours, most likely, he will take oath as Chief Minister of Bihar for the eighth time. His latest term in office comes on the back of a massive U-turn that sees him dump the BJP and embrace Lalu Yadav's RJD, the Gandhi-led Congress, and a host of regional outfits. The return to the Gathbandhan is being hailed as a major boost for the beleaguered opposition ahead of the 2024 Lok Sabha elections by the RJD, the Congress, the Samajwadi Party, and a number of other parties that are hoping that under Nitish, they can come together, challenge Modi, and oust him. But many feel that the flip also marks out Nitish Kumar as the most consummate opportunist in Indian politics, who has taken to treating public memory with contempt, and a leader that has no commitment to any higher pursuit than the need to cling on to power at any and every cost. Here's how Nitish Kumar explained his decision today. He came out in public. There were a lot of people wondering, how could a politician who till very recently was abusing Lalu Prasad, Tejashwi Yadav, Lalu's son that is, and the entire Yadav clan, could suddenly embrace the Yadavs? They couldn't understand this. Nitish has tried to offer an explanation, viewers. Some are saying that his words say very little and hide a lot more. Listen in.
तो सात पार्टियां एक साथ आप समझ लीजिए कि विधानसभा में 164 और इसके अलावा एक इंडिपेंडेंट हम लोगों के साथ, तो सात पार्टी और एक अकेला इंडिपेंडेंट, और हम लोग जो उधर थे उनसे हम लोगों ने रास्ता आज समाप्त कर दिया और हम लोग एक साथ मिल करके सात पार्टियों में जो हम लोगों का महागठबंधन है, हम मिल करके आगे काम करेंगे, सेवा करेंगे.
He didn't get into the exact reasons. Maybe, viewers, he will open up in a few days. But by embracing Lalu and his party, Nitish is in grave danger of losing all credibility. 5 years ago, he dumped the RJD because he believed its leaders couldn't give him a convincing explanation over corruption charges. Those corruption charges, viewers, were so strong, so severe, that they turned into full-blown investigations and cases. At that time, Nitish said he had zero tolerance for this kind of hanky-panky and also for graft-tainted colleagues like Tejashwi Yadav. And he snapped ties in 2017. In the interim 5 years, viewers, those charges were proved in court. And 5 years later, after the charges were held up by court and Lalu was convicted and jailed, Nitish seems to have sacrificed his regard for propriety at the altar of power. He seems to have forgotten. In fact, the U-turn on propriety is even more galling when one considers that in just 2020, 2 years ago, Nitish was warning the public of Bihar not to vote for Lalu's RJD because the Yadav party would take Bihar back to the days of Jungle Raj. Not my words, Nitish Kumar's words. In fact, viewers, this would be the right time to listen in to Nitish's rants against the RJD that he is now tying up with to serve Bihar, as he says. Listen in to Nitish Kumar.
हमने अपने अंतरात्मा की आवाज पर पूरी चीज को देखते हुए हमने समझा कि अब मेरे जैसे व्यक्ति के लिए इस सरकार का चलाना संभव नहीं है।
15वां साल हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं। बिहार का क्या बुरा हाल था, अपराध की कितनी घटनाएं घटती थी, सामूहिक नरसंहार, लोग किस तरह से परेशान रहते थे। शाम होने के बाद कोई घर से निकलने की हिम्मत नहीं करता था। यह हाल था। अपहरण कितने लोगों का होता था, जरा बताइए। आजकल तो कुछ भी बोल देता है। पति पत्नी का 15 साल राज, अब बाल बच्चा को मौका मिल रहा है, जो भी बोल रहे हैं वो तो अंदर हैं। अब कोई रोकेगा जी सबको कभी अंदर जाने से? अंदर तो जाना ही है। इन लोगों का काम ही इस तरह का होता है।
अंदर तो जाना ही है. He is also convinced that Tejashwi, Rabdi Devi and Lalu Prasad Yadav belong in jail. Today, viewers, Nitish has forgotten all of this. He's also forgotten what the Yadavs have said about him. Viewers, any self-respecting individual would not play truant with his inner conscience to this extent. Now, here's a sample of what the Yadavs have said about Nitish Kumar in return. Let's listen in.
इनका मतलब 4 बार आत्मा जो है, अंतरात्मा सोया और जागा। कौन सा अंतरात्मा? इनको सिर्फ और सिर्फ कुर्सी प्रेम है। इनको बिहार के विकास की चिंता नहीं है।
न जाने भारत के राजनीतिक इतिहास में कितना बारी पलटी इन्होंने मारा है। इनको पलटू राम ही कहिए। राजनीति के ये पलटू राम है।
Viewers, the irony is that now Team Lalu is facilitating Paltu Ram's Kursi Prem. That is what they're facilitating. Nitish, rightly or wrongly, had earned the moniker Sushasan Babu. He also seems to have forgotten statistics. Now, let me talk to you a little bit about when Lalu was in power, when Nitish was in power. Kidnapping cases, viewers, 2004, Lalu in power, 2,566. Now 10,925. This is when Nitish was in power. Lalu in power, Nitish in power, murder case, hardly much of a difference. Slight improvement on that scale. Okay. Let's have a look at dacoity cases. Dramatically have come down. Lalu rule was synonymous with dacoity. I'm not saying it. You just heard Nitish Kumar himself say that. Viewers, there are other statistics. Let's talk a little bit about the GDP per capita of Bihar. So per capita income between 95 and 96, Bihar's was just 25.6% of India's. India was much higher. Bihar was only at 25.6%. Between 2015 and 2016, when Nitish was CM, the per capita income, Nizam Bhai, went up to 32.1%. Let's try to put out those statistics. Okay, the graphics are still being made, viewers. We will just have them for you. I apologize for that. We will have them in just 30 seconds or maybe a minute or maybe 2. Human Development Index scores 99 to 2000, 0.07. In 2022, 2012, between that, when Nitish was CM, 0.15. Viewers, with the two of them in power, there is no hope really for Bihar. Between 2001 to 2005, when Rabdi Devi was Chief Minister, Bihar GDP grew by 2.9%. Between 2005 and 15, Bihar GDP grew 10.5%. So at the end of the day, Nitish, when he was with the BJP, huge growth. Little wonder then that the BJP is today targeting Nitish for having no morals altogether.